Hello guys, and welcome to this beacon tutorial. So basically we're going to cover beacons, their sizes, their effects, and different little cool things about them. So first off, let's start off with which building blocks you can use. So first off, you can use blocks of iron, blocks of gold, blocks of emerald, or blocks of diamond. It doesn't matter which of these that you use, but if you use a separate one, the effects that beacons give, you won't be able to access their effects, basically. So you can't just say, build, a dirt platform under them. You have to actually use one of these blocks. As you can see here, we've got a basic UI. So any of these, so you can have an emerald, diamond, gold ingot, or iron ingot. Doesn't matter, they all have the same effects, but I probably would not recommend doing anything except for iron, because iron is normally the cheapest. So as you can see, some of these are sort of shaded out, and some of these are more light. So the ones that are light are the powers that are basically allowing you, that you're basically able to use. So, for example, from these we could get either speed or haste. So, say you want speed. We'll click done, or we can click cancel. If we click done, bam, we'll get a speed boost that'll go on forever. Although it says 8 seconds, it will always replenish once it gets to about 5 seconds. And there's no need to refill it unless you want to change which power you have, in which case you do. And again, all of these, same thing. And now, you get to some of the bigger ones. So, see how these were shaded? They're not shaded on this one because it is a 5x5 with a 3x3 on top. So, the thing to note is that inside, it does have to be filled in. And as we go, so there's always going to be a base layer, which is one block farther out than the next layer. So yeah. So if you have a 5x5 with 3x3 on top, you get resistance and jump boost unlocked. If you have a 7x7 with a 5x5 on top of it, and finally with a 3x3 on top of that, then you unlock strength. And finally, if you have the gargantuan, as I like to say, which is a 9x9 with a 7x7 on top of it, and then a 5x5 on top of that, a 3x3, etc., then you unlock the secondary powers. So all these are primary powers, all the ones that we've covered previously. But this is the area for secondary powers. So, say I want it, so yes, I could go over there and I could build a mini one and I could get haste. But what if I want to go even faster than just plain haste and I wanted, say, haste 2? Then I would come over to a 9x9 etc. Temple of the beacons, and I'd click that and then put in the iron ingot or whatever, and bam, I'd get haste 2. So you can select any one that you want. All of them work, except for regeneration. No matter what, you need to have the 9x9, and you can't get regeneration 2. Aside from that, let's look at some other cool things about beacons. So, if you have stained glass, and you put it on top of these beacons, you can change their color. So, see how we've just got plain glass right there? Light can shine through it. And it can also shine through these other pieces of glass. And it can shine through leaves. So, essentially, any block that light can normally shine through, beacons can shine through. So, pretty much all those. And then, any stained color, I just have these two, but any stained color will work. And then also something to note is any block that's not see-through will get rid of the beacon as well as its effect. So even if I had like some crazy 9x9 and I wanted to get haste too, I couldn't do that if there's a block on top, so I'd need to put either glass or just leave it blank. If it's blank, as it was on these, you're still completely fine. And finally, one more thing to note is, see how these don't have their own separate little like pedestals or whatever. So what you can do is, see how this beacon and this beacon, they're both using this iron block, this iron block, this iron block, and this iron block? Well, if you put beacons really close together like this, then you can make it so that you don't have to use as much iron. So instead of making this crazy 9x9 and you only get haste 2, say you want speed 2, instead of making another one, if you just expand this by one more in that direction, as I'll do now, then basically you can get both speed 2 and haste 2. That is, you know, if you want speed 2. But yeah, so again, if we expand it a little bit and see how we're not expanding the whole thing. See how it still works. We've still got the secondary powers. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you learned anything new and exciting, or you've got anything that you want to, you know, have me do, then leave a comment saying what you want me to do. If you enjoyed this video or you learned something, leave a like. And finally, if you really enjoyed this video and want to see more, then smash that subscribe button. Oh, and one thing to note, I didn't have an iron block there, so I could only use these. But now that I have it, bam, we can do regeneration or whatever. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and peace out.